long here on YouTube this evening. It is nice to see everybody. We've been rocking it out all Manic Monday with our coffee beans out, so I'm going to wait for people to get in, and then we'll get started while I try to get some, let me get this out real quick. I hope everybody is having an amazing Monday so far. I know I've been very, very exhausted here lately. I've been working my tail end off. I've been going over a lot of information here related to the Sebastian Rogers case. And just a second. There we go. All right. Well, hey, Mike. It's nice to see you. I'm waiting for everybody to kind of come in here. I'm just trying to get some stuff out right now while I'm waiting for you guys to catch up. We're going to be talking about Sebastian Rogers, obviously, and some of the stuff we know. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. I'm gonna be with you guys in just a second. We're not going to be too long on here, I can tell you that, because I've got, it's like one of those things where we're just going to hit it and quit it, you know. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Oh wow, we got some people coming in. It's nice to see everybody. We're coming poolside, as you can see. You know, the sun's hitting on the back of our head. You know, I got the nice golden, beautiful tan. My hair is nice and blonde and beautiful and doesn't need to be done by a hairdresser, right? We're doing good. All right, so I'm just going, I know I haven't been coming live very much. I've been so busy trying to get videos out and doing research. It's just been a lot easier to do what I needed to do, you know, via video. But I know that I need to come here and say hi. And you know what, to be honest with you, I need to come on here to say hi, right? I mean, I'm here working behind the scenes. I got papers and oodles of this, like literally, I mean, it's overflowing. Whoop! There you go, you guys can see. It's overflowing. It's overflowing. We got the folders, the pads, it's overflowing. It's overflowing over here. It's overflowing over here in Casa BULLHORNBETTY, right? Let me see if I can get this thing set back up so you guys don't fall again. You guys are going to be kissing my lap in about 2 seconds. Why is this thing not standing up? It's driving me nuts. Better start standing or I'm going to have to... What the hell? I think I bent another one. Son of a gun. Let's see if this will help. Maybe it just needs a little more balance. Maybe it just needs a little more balance. I don't know. Why do these things have to be so damn finicky? It's under here. Quit being so finicky. Hi guys, it's nice to see you this evening. I'm BULLHORNBETTY. If you don't know who I am, I'm the crazy woman with the selfie stick that won't stay put. And it keeps flopping over. I got business to run here, darn it. It's not allowing me to run my business. All right. So we're discussing the Sebastian Rogers case. Sebastian Rogers, just for the new people out there or somebody that might be coming across this video, we're going to kind of give a little bit of background information so everybody's kind of up to snuff on where we're at. Factual information first, theories and speculation second, okay? So the factual information related to this case is Sebastian Rogers is a high-functioning autistic boy that was reported missing on February 26, 2024 around 6:33 in the morning. And according to his mother, when we're asking about what happened leading up to the disappearance, the mother can't seem to figure out what would make her child walk out the door. That is the theme coming from the home of Sebastian Rogers. His mother, Katie, his stepfather, Chris Proudfoot, state that he walked out the door somewhere between midnight and 6 a.m. So when you look back on February 25th, which is the Sunday prior to his disappearance, which he disappeared on a Monday morning, according to his mother, the day seemed, for everything that we know, seemed to be, you know, pretty busy. Okay, that Sunday that was very busy. You know, they did, fun fact, you know, she made breakfast for him. Fun fact, they decided to go to BJ's, he got a colossal popcorn. Fun fact, boys need snacks, so they got snacks and brought them home. And sometime between, and we can't figure out what time, how long they were home from BJ's before they went out to the bowling alley and to the steakhouse. We don't know really what prompted them to do this. We don't know if this was a regular occurrence or not. What we know so far, as of today, I think everybody that knows this case and has been following this case have been following the many interviews that Katie and Chris have given, as well as Seth. But a lot of people are more focused on Katie and Chris Proudfoot's interviews because we all kind of believe that Katie and Chris have a hand into why Sebastian is disappeared. Now, some of those things, for example, our Maud Pebbles, beautiful Pebbles, she believes that Katie had a hand in this, that this is all orchestrated by Katie, and Chris is kind of the heavy lifter. We do have some people in here that actually believe that Seth Rogers is responsible somehow, shook his head, yeah, I want my son, but behind the scenes doesn't want his son, or something else, and has, this, feels that somehow, way, shape, or form, he is responsible. I personally think that's the lowest on the totem pole of possibilities, but either way, there are people in this chat that do believe that. There's other people in this chat that believe one of two things: that Chris Proudfoot decided to put his military expertise to use and did some ninja moves, snuck in the house, and got Sebastian unbeknownst to his wife. And people like me believe Chris Proudfoot was home, lost his cool, Sebastian, bada bing, bada boom. Lastly, there are some people that truly believe this boy walked off, that there was an altercation that happened in the house and he had just had it and kicked rocks. There are some people that do believe that. I've been watching and monitoring more and more of our experts, those experts that we had relied on early in the case, that told us basically we're wrong. The parents are displaying all the normal and natural behaviors that they expect parents to display, even though we were screaming bloody murder that we thought they were guilty. All the professionals were telling us we were wrong. Well, it just so happens I'm starting to see more people coming to the other side. For example, the divergent detective. I believe it was Pebbles that actually... Was it Pebbles? I can't remember which one of my mods sent me that, but we ended up watching the Divergent, or whatever deception detective, when they first had the interview, and I really didn't like. I mean, I agreed with some of his opinions, but not a lot. But he did give the disclaimer that the reason why he couldn't get because everybody was directing Chris and Katie like what to say. Even the news lady was like, well, do you have anything to say to Sebastian? And he couldn't stand it. So this is the one with the ladies, the web sleuth, on the web sleuth, was the first time that he was able just to hear. And, the lady just let him go and let him talk and didn't really direct any of his conversation. And so this deception detective actually, came out and said, wow, this is so much better. We have an opportunity to now look at Chris unobstructed, how he answers. And there was a key point here. And then I'm going to wrap back around to a point I'm going to be making. I haven't said it yet. And it was all about how he was being condescending or speaking down to everybody on that program about how, they don't know everything and they're not entitled to everything. That him and Katie and even Seth knows. But, he's kind of in the know. And, shame on you for not knowing this stuff. How dare you not to know what's going on? And just he kept and my notes are here, is he kept constantly putting the women down about not knowing about the case. At 1 hour and 38 minutes, if Chris wasn't there, how does he know so much? So actually, you know what? Let me get this up so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. Give me just a second. Here it is. And we're going to go to 138, and you'll hear what he's saying. Okay.
If you see something, you pick up the phone immediately.
Watch.
And you call the cops.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't call your best friend and say, hey, I think I've seen this kid. Don't call these investigators. No offense, Chloe, Heather. You don't call them first. You don't call Seth. You don't call anybody but law enforcement only.
It's coming up in just a second. Here it comes.
You know, we've received tips that maybe haven't been called into law enforcement, but we called them in. And we also received tips that have been called into law enforcement, but the person that called the tip in didn't give any feedback when they were told they were going to be called back, and so they were worried that maybe it didn't get looked into enough. So I don't think
for the record,
passing
right?
tips
So
along.
for the record, I think what folks need to understand.
You need to understand, folks.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't have all the information that Katie and I, and some of the information that Seth has. You don't, and I understand. And it's.
So there it is. You just don't have the information. And so this was one of the key nuances for this deception detective, where he basically said, you know, why would you know it, and why would you want to know it, and why would you be holding it and talking down to these people as if they should know it when they don't? It was just a clear red flag. It's been a clear red flag. His entire behavior has been very much a red flag. But I think the one thing that bothers me the most, not even about his anger, his combativeness, his unwilling to answer some of the most simplest questions to answer. It was like he was like pulling teeth to get him to answer anything. He just wanted to be argumentative. I think it seemed like he went out of his way to make himself argumentative. But this is where I have like the hugest problem. It's right around in this 2 minute area here. And actually we're coming up to the spot right now, and I want you to hear this. And it's so Don Wells, it creeps me out.
And I'm sorry that we can't give you every single thing under the sun. I wish that we truly could. But unfortunately we can't.
Right.
But when you do make a report, and you give them a name and a number, you tell them the location, you tell them a very detailed description and everything. You don't expect to get a call back from law enforcement, period.
It's coming up.
Because I'm sorry, but they don't have the time.
Here it is.
To stop and answer every single call back when they're looking for missing children. Not just ours, but there's so many children out there that are missing.
Right.
Has to point out how their child's not the only missing child. Remember Don Wells and how we need to be focusing on the missing children and the atrocities against the children in North Korea or South Korea? And I'm thinking, Don, I'm not worried about children in South Korea. I'm only worried about your child. I have never in my life, I have to be honest with you, I've done this for a significant number of years now. We're going on 3 or 4, you know, we've been doing this a little while. Every single day in and day out, we hear some of the worst stuff. And when you hear stuff like that, like, we understand they can't, just focus on our child and the giving up. I have never heard a parent ever say that in a million years about how they understand law enforcement really can't focus on their case because there's not the only one that's a missing child. I have heard people cuss law enforcement out by not focusing on them every second of every minute of every day. I have heard people complain about how law enforcement isn't doing their job. I have never in my life heard outside of Don Wells understanding that law enforcement can't just focus only on his child. I'm without words. Lastly, we're getting up to it. It's at the 140 mark, and we are at 139.39. So within the next minute, we're going to hear the next thing, and it's related to the law enforcement comment.
Some of y'all feel that you deserve an answer, but it's not.
We don't deserve it. You deserve it. You don't care to find it.
It sounds rude when I say this, but you don't deserve an answer. You'll get the answer when we get the answer.
You have the answer.
The answer on a missing boy.
You have the answer.
Not strangers. They're not calling y'all to tell you.
Chris, this is what I have to tell when I talk to law enforcement, and it's difficult to accept, and I still have trouble.
We're
with
coming
it
up
too.
to it.
And I'm
Yes,
so
let's
glad.
see this.
Okay, BW says, Chris, are you frustrated with law enforcement, or do you feel like you're getting adequate
Here it is. Here it is. This is the law enforcement comment.
information
This
from them?
I'm not upset with law enforcement. I'm gonna tell you right now, the agencies that are involved have thrown every asset that they have at this. What people don't understand, this has actually probably been one of the largest searches for a missing child in Sumner County history, period. And
You know what? So you guys hear it, right? You guys hear it. Like, he just thinks the world of law enforcement because they can't find Sebastian. And I kept thinking about this, and you kept thinking about this, like, what person would, almost be appreciative of law enforcement not finding their kid? And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? He's the mastermind. He's so freaking arrogant. He feels like king shit right now. Excuse my language, Sonia. But he feels like king shit right now because he orchestrated this and nobody's smarter than him. And that's the way he feels. I truly believe that Chris Proudfoot is looking at this and thinking he is smarter than every single other person. And you know what? He was very crafty, and so was Katie Proudfoot. Because they were able to hide, duck, bob, weave, and sweeve. Sweeve. You know what I mean? It's late. I've been working all day. I've been working since like 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, and it's 7:30, and I still haven't wound down yet, and I actually want another latte. Guys, I am addicted to this stuff. I'm addicted. I got my own espresso beans that I grind down before I make my espresso. I am so freaking spoiled right now, and I want another one, and I can feel my heart going. I'm like, give me some more. Give me some more latte. He is a narcissist. So let me go up here and read your comments because I haven't had an opportunity to really read. I've been yapping for 18 solid minutes. I know I don't go live this time of the night and stuff like that, but I really don't go live in the morning like I do because I'm working on so many videos during the day. The only time that I really do have time to catch up with you guys right now is in the evening. Now, hopefully things will change back where we'll get morning stuff back on track, but honestly, right now, we had so much stuff going on in the Sebastian Rogers case that it's easier for me to push out videos than it is for me to go live. And you guys see where I'm going live from. I haven't been in my office going live in my office because when I'm working like my desk doesn't have room for all of my work, okay? It's like a thin desk that goes one way and an L-shaped thin part that goes another way. It holds my computer, it holds my second screen, it holds my keypad. If you guys see my desk in that Cyber Sleuth video, you'll see there's no room. I got no room on my desks. So in order for me, whenever I'm working, I got to be able to spread out. and I got to be comfortable. So you see it. Yours truly. This is where it is. This is the office 2 is like it's the war room. Okay, when we're in here, we're serious. I'm saying it with a straight face, darn it, I am. But it's just I looked at myself when I said it's serious. Caught me off guard, you know, because I'm usually not that serious anymore. Map is up in the house. Hey! The 17th to the 24th. Are you guys going to, are you going to the Keys again, or are you going someplace else in Florida? And if I'm here, I'll be there. I'll be there. But I'm trying to get to freaking Tennessee. My computer's still not in. I went out there earlier. I'm just kind of... I did drive the car, you know. I had to go up and get something to eat, and it's okay. It's just that it sputters, you know. It's not a smooth ride for $3,000 or close to it. I mean, $2,600, close enough to $3,000. Okay, Lord, Key West. Okay, yeah, I'll go back down to Key West. Actually, I enjoyed being down. I liked the place that I stayed. It was chill. It really was, and I can't even remember the name of it. Do I remember the name of it? I don't remember, but I love the hammocks. Like, I could literally go out there. If the bugs weren't so bad when I was there last time, I could have slept. I could have just slept in the hammock. If you hear something like a wildebeest, you know, that sounds like it's in the wild, it's just me sleeping on the hammock. Okay, it's not a wildebeest. Okay, I promise, it's not a wildebeest. Yeah, I know. I had fun out there. I did have fun out there. So, no wildebeest, no wildebeest. Just Bullhorn Betty on a hammock. Okay, guys, calm down, calm down. I think, well, mine was, I think it wasn't really mosquito. I think it was more like sand gnats. I don't know how to explain it because they had the sand there. I was getting eaten up a little bit, but it was probably where I was. It was probably where I was. I don't know. But what else do I have? I think that's it. So, I mean, this, and just to kind of, before we go, before I let you guys go, just kind of to let you know, like, he is really... And I think that the divergent, why do I keep saying the deception? I don't know why I keep trying to say divergent. I think I have the Divergent on my mind. You know the movie The Divergent? I don't know why. But the deception detective picked up on it. I know we said it. We're like, this guy sounds so Don Wells. I think we were screaming it last night. Like, this seems like this is so Don Wells. So that's kind of where we are, guys. I don't really have a whole lot more. I just wanted to really come out here and say hi. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. We will get the lives back on track. But I'm still trying to manage the schedule. You know, we were talking earlier this year. We were talking about, you know, doing more stuff to keep you guys entertained during the week. So it's been, I've been trying to try new stuff. So I'm trying to get the schedule fixed so we have a schedule. So we know that this is going to be the time that we go live. This is going to be but everything's just been, things haven't been working out well behind the scenes. So I've been kind of going when I can go. And that's kind of where we're at. So hopefully we'll get it back on track. I don't know. It's the Bullhorn Betty channel. I mean, what do you expect? Some days we got it, and some days we just don't. All right, guys, I want you to rock it out with your coffee beans out. Thanks for spending some time with me. It was nice to catch up with everybody. I hope you guys are doing really well. And do we have any other comments in here? Chris has short man syndrome. Yes, I believe it. I believe it. Frankie says, hi, everyone. I think it's definitely Sebastian, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, Frankie. So the photo, I don't believe is Sebastian. Here, I'm going to show you why. I do believe the photo's legit, and I think that the lady, and this is what I can't stand. People have got to quit being such a-holes to people that try to help. So this poor lady posted this photo. She called law enforcement. She did everything that we ask of people. If you see something, say something. and she got brutalized on social media. People attacking her, saying that she photoshopped this. I mean, people have got to use some damn common sense out here on the streets of YouTube, or get the hell out of the true crime world. Seriously. Like, I'm so over the BS. Good gracious. But we did look into it. It does appear that after that all happened, she did eventually post like the metadata or whatever, proof that the photo was taken when it was taken, and that she called law enforcement to report it. But there is some key differences. Like, people are focusing on the hair, a point in the hair. Like, everybody has a little point on their hair, okay? So, that's not important. But if you notice, his face is very slender. Sebastian has a broader chin, okay? It's more of a square chin, but it's a broad, square chin. The chin on this kid is almost narrow like mine. Not a broad chin, not something that, if you look at Sebastian, he's got a broad chin. And then lastly, it's the nose. The nose is too thin. So you got too thin of cheeks, too thin of, cheeks and face. You got more of an oval face with that photo instead of more of a block and square face that Sebastian has. So those are the reasons why I don't think that kid, does he resemble, and even the glasses. The glasses seem to be a lot thinner than what Sebastian is accustomed to wearing. And those are just my observations. And I didn't even notice those observations right away. I can promise you that. I didn't notice those observations until a little later when I was analyzing it, because so many people, and Chris and Katie both had conflicting, as always, conflicting responses. Katie's like, thank you, we're going to look into it and confirm 100%. And Chris is like, nope, that ain't Sebastian. Why is that not Sebastian, Chris? Like, law enforcement hasn't even tracked the kid down. How do you know it's not Sebastian? Because you know where Sebastian is, Chris? I'm asking for a few friends. All right, guys, that's all I got. That's all I got. My fuse is kaput. It's kaput. So I'm gonna go kaput myself out with a nice latte. With a caramel mocha latte. I'm latteing it out, and you're gonna latte it a lot. A latte. How do you like, Betty? There's your new shirt, Sonia. How do you like, Betty? A latte. I cracked myself up. Come on, I crack you up too. Look at that. I even got a little furry. This little piece of hair, it was not cooperating today. No matter what I did, this thing just wanted to be up. So it's the part of my hair that just wants to be noticed. No matter what I did to this piece of hair today, it just would not lay down. It won't. So it just wants some attention. So I just thought I'd introduce you to my hair that just wants a little bit of attention up there. No matter what you do, it's got the cowlick today in the wrong spot, right? The alfalfa's in the wrong spot. No matter what I did, even my quick fix for that is a little bit of water and a comb, right? So every now and again, because I always pull my hair back, so every now and then you get the little frizzies, popping up here and there, and you just know how to handle it. So typically my go-to is put a little bit of water, right? Women know this. Put a little bit of water, take the comb, it'll flatten out. Once it dries, it'll dry, it'll work. Not today. It goes ding, 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 right? You put some water on it, it dries a little bit. Next thing you know, it just starts going do 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 ding 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 ding. Frankie says BHB at the point of slap happy from exhaustion. I know I am exhausted. You know what? That's what you guys get later in the afternoon, because when I'm up at like 4 o'clock by the afternoon, I'm delirious. And not only that, you should see me and Olivia together. Holy smokes, that is a comedy hour. Her and I can sit here and just look at each other and start cracking up, and literally crack up for like an hour. and just look at each other. Mom's usually reading. She's like, I don't know these crazy chicks. They're not mine. They're not mine. They got their own bill. I'm just a driver. And then every time I, Mom, you didn't hear that. I mean, I speak no English. Okay, good. Good, glad to hear it. See, I told you. It's just nothing I can do. It just wants some attention today. It's just saying, hey, I want to be famous. I'm the famous alfalfa on Betty's head. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. I've had it. I've had it with you. I'm cutting you guys off. All right, I'll talk to you later. God bless. We'll see you soon.